Morning.
Alejandro, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días.
Bien, ¿tú?
Bien, aquí tempraneando. Hey,
Aquí
Christine.
está. ¿Mandé?
Saludo a Christine. Good morning,
Ah,
Christine.
sí, Christine, ¿cómo estás?
No, oye.
No.
¿Cómo estás, Alejandro?
Bien, bien. ¿Ustedes?
Bien, bien. ¿Qué dice Matamoros?
Pues ahí anda. Ahí anda. Parece que las cosas están bien. A ver.
¿Sí? ¿Sigues viviendo allá o vives aquí?
No, aquí. No, siempre viví. Desde que trabajo aquí vivo.
Ah, ok, ok.
Sí, bueno, nací aquí, pero me crié allá.
Ujú.
Pero ya tenemos mucho tiempo de vivir acá.
Ah, qué bien. Muy bien. Muy bien, Alex.
Ay, ay, ay.
Aquí
Tengo
estamos.
sueño. ¿Mandé?
Yo también ando bien desvelado. También.
Y ahorita le dije a Elba. Mi cuerpo está aquí, mi cerebro todavía no se despierta. Pero bueno,
Aquí estamos. Gusto en verte, ¿eh?
igualmente.
Gracias, Alex.
You're muted, Judge.
All right, good morning, everyone. The 357th District Court will call its court into session for today's session, Thursday, December the 9th, 2021, starting with 2019 DCL 7401, Cameron County versus Miriam Torres. Ms. Curiel or Ms. Solis.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Ariana Curiel on behalf of the plaintiffs on this case.
Is there a Miriam Torres? Nope. Proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, we're actually on this one asking that a dismissal be granted.
Okay. I thought I remember that name, Miriam Torres. She paid?
Yes, Your Honor, all taxes and fees have been paid.
All right, that'll be granted. 2020 DCL 1063 Cameron County versus Pablo Luis Ruiz. All right, proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we are asking the court to take judicial notice of all the documents in the court's file. We are asking that judgment be granted. Mr. Pablo Luis Ruiz Jr. was personally served, and that was back on May the 11th of 2020. Ms. Graciela Ruiz was also personally served, Your Honor, and that was back on that same date, May 11th of 2020. The last payment on this account was earlier this year, Your Honor. However, there's no payment arrangement nor any payments since November, December, or at least the fall of this year, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, we don't see Mr. Ruiz or Mrs. Ruiz present on the Zoom hearing, so we are asking that judgment be granted, and we're offering exhibits A and B. Exhibit A is a certified copy of the delinquent taxes for the county, and exhibit B is an affidavit of non-military status.
How much are the taxes on this one?
Let's see, Your Honor, let me make sure on the judgment. I don't want to give you the incorrect amount. Your Honor, it's let's see. Still checking, it's just taking a little while. Okay, $3,020 with 11 cents, Your Honor, and it's delinquent taxes from 2018 to 2019.
Okay, but you also mentioned that they made a payment when?
They made a payment in October, Your Honor. They haven't made a payment in the recent months, November
Well,
and.
they haven't made a payment in November, and of course, we haven't finished December, so they're
Yes.
delinquent 1 month.
Yes, Your
payment.
Honor, there's no payment arrangement. They've been delinquent since 2018.
Oh, this is not pursuant to a payment plan?
No, Your Honor, there's no payment arrangement.
Well, let
They
me
were
ask,
making
is a
small
homestead?
payments.
Is this a homestead?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a homestead.
Can I prevail on you to wait a second for this? Because to me, it seems that we've made an effort to pay in October. They're interested in keeping their property, and I like to
Absolutely,
give
Your
them
Honor.
every opportunity to do that. We'll reach out to them again and make sure that they understand that this is very important, that they need to respond and make, or go to your office and make arrangements, and they're paying anyway, it looks like.
Yes, absolutely, Your Honor. We can continue trying to work with them. It was just that there were small payments and no payment arrangement had been done.
Okay, well, we'll just need to get that straightened out, and I want to give an opportunity to save their home. I don't want them to lose it for taxes if possible, and that's not a big amount. As compared to the ones we've had, where we had like 100 and something thousand, and I just didn't see it going anywhere, you know.
I understand, Your Honor.
There is hope
Completely
here that
understand.
they might be able to do that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that will be, for the temporary, that'll be denied, and let me see if we can reset this for, can we reset this for, next year sometime, maybe March? Just hold on a second. Let me take care of another matter, Ms. Correa, while I wait for Ms. Salas.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
2021 BCL 3411, Cote Trevino, Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Garza.
Good morning, Judge. Chester Gonzalez for Sylvia Coit.
Mr. Garza's on the way to his office, or he's not in his office, or is going somewhere, because I see his secretary.
No, let me get him. Let me get him.
Oh. And when I see him roaming the hallway, that's like what happens. There he is.
Yes, Judge.
What are we doing with this one?
Judge, this is up for a review hearing. The court issued orders, ordered visitation, and then we're here to see how the parties are doing.
Ms. Cortez, please let us know.
I can't hear you, Ms. Cortez.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize, Your Honor. For some reason, the mic goes in and out on my computer. I don't know why. Your Honor, I have not heard any complaints from anybody, which is always a good thing when we do this. I just wanted to make sure, as far as I understand, everybody goes as to the schedule of the children. I just want to make sure, because last time I know this judge, I know you were hesitant that if the kids wanted to stay over, that being the youngest one, that she should be allowed to at least have that option available to her.
Right.
The two eldest one, I don't think they'll ever get there, but they're also older, you know?
Yeah.
But the younger one, she's more flexible.
Right. That's why I ordered it that way. If she wanted to, then she should be allowed to do that. But so everything's going good?
If I understand, Your Honor, I have not heard any complaints or anything. I would like to see how we're going to do Christmas, because it is coming up. I know the primary does get to the 28th. I do like to, for Christmas Day, I do like to split up the day. Whoever has.
I think that would be a good idea. I think that you should spend Christmas days with both of them. Either one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor. I usually, whoever has the Christmas Day, I usually let them pick whether they want the morning or the afternoon.
Okay.
And then the other person, either get, if it's the morning, 10 to 2, and then the other one would get, in the afternoon, or whichever one.
And that can be worked out really well. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room to work those schedules out, because then you have New Year's Eve coming up, right?
Yes.
So if they themselves trade off, okay, they can have on Christmas, just let me see them a couple of hours so I can give them their gifts on Christmas Day, and then thanks New Year's, I'll let you have them for a little bit, whatever. It can be worked out. Counsel, anybody have
Judge,
any
everything's well.
requests or changes of opinion here, or what?
I spoke to Mrs. Coit, Judge. Everything appears to be well. I'd like for her to report to the court what she believes is everything's well. So, can you enlighten the court as to how everything's going with you and the children and the father?
So far, everything's going well. Everything's working well.
we're good with Christmas, however he wants to do it, whatever time he wants to pick them up, it's
Great.
fine.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Coy. Really appreciate you cooperating in
You're
that
welcome.
regard. Thank you.
You're
Great.
welcome.
Mr. Garza?
Judge, of course, Mr. Trevino is a father. We've had a case in your court that was very, we actually got to get to the bottom line as to what the law provides with regards to rights of grandparents versus parents. And Mr. Trevino here is a father of the children. I understand that the children are not children that are a year old, 2 years old, or older. They can voice an opinion, but we'd like to have a standard possession order where my client has the right to have the children as provided in a standard possession order. In terms of, even the court, if the court decides, well, I want to designate the grandparent as one that would have, rights of visitation, I think that we need to go through the purpose of the resetting of the hearing is to see if the court would, at this point, order a standard possession order, and that's what we're asking for. There's no issues reported by the item, no issues reported by any of the parties. A concern the court had that was raised by the parties is that Mr. Trevino was consuming, was doing drugs, marijuana, and that issue is that's not an issue anymore. He stayed away from that, and that was the purpose of having this limited supervised type of visitation.
Ms. Cortez?
Your Honor, he has always been very truthful about his drug use. So if he's there right now, I'm pretty sure he'll be truthful again. If he hasn't used drugs in the past 3 months, I would like to give him his chance to begin the unsupervised. That's not a problem for me. They seem to work well with each other. Of the oldest ones, they go, they come back, sometimes they stay and what have you. The younger one obviously goes more. So he's never forced the issue of, no, you're going to stay, tie him down or what have you. So as long as we still have that, as long as we're still going with that type of flow, type of mentality, I don't see them being an issue. But if you could just come on the court and just put that on the record, he's always been very honest. He said, I'm going to be very honest. Yes, I've been using. Yeah. So if you could say that again.
Yes.
He's present here.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
All right. So as I understand it, Mr. Trevino, you were in drug use and things like that, but you have since stopped?
Yes, sir.
And you have not been consuming around your children or anything like that?
No, sir.
If I was to give you a drug test, a hair follicle test, would you pass?
Yes, sir.
Judge, and just for the court's information, the court might recall there was a pending case in the 107 District Court, and that case is in the process of being resolved. He's in the PTD program, and as a result of that, he's required to subject himself to any type of testing required. Yeah. So not only has he abstained, but he has that other issue in the 107 where it's a requirement that he abstain from that, and he's doing that.
Right.
Judge, another issue, Judge, that has been brought up by Mrs. Coyd is the support, Judge, of the children. She has the full brunt of all the financial responsibility.
Well, can Mr. Garza, is your client standing up on that support issue? Does he want to contribute to supporting his children?
I would think so. I mean, it's within, that's the right thing to do.
Is he working right now?
Judge, he's here, Judge.
Are you working, Mr. Trevino? Are you working?
I'm not working by hour, but I'm a contract worker, sir.
But when you do that, what do you do? What work do you?
I do cement, skirting, and I do carpentry with my brother.
For your brother?
Yeah, I have different contractors. I have like 4 different contractors that I work with.
And you go help them when they're shorthanded or what?
No, they call me up when they have contracts. Like I do driveways, sidewalks. I go work in the Port of Bronzeville. I go help them out too. I have a contract with her. I help out on Wilson Road in Harlingen. I do skirting, and I do carpentry on trailer homes.
And so right now you are earning some wages from whatever job, right?
Yes, sir. I'm surviving, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so at this point, the minimum wage payment of child support would not be out of line, right?
No, sir.
All right, well, that will be the minimum wage then. I mean, until he gets back on his feet on something solid. Have you ever had a job for that it's permanent?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I used to have a job. I used to go supervise for demolition. I used to always go out of town and work hourly.
For a
But lately,
company?
Huh?
For a company?
yes, for a company called One Source.
Okay,
Off of, yes, sir.
all right. Mr. Gonzalez?
Judge, and that would be fine, Judge, minimum wage at this point.
Yeah.
I do want the court to know, Your Honor, and have Mrs. Coit also expand on what I'm about to say. Kaylee and Ebony, they're both 16 and 15. Kaylee is in the National Honor Society. She's doing dual enrollment already at that age, Judge, and Ebony's going to also do the same
Yeah, I
thing.
remember her. She's a bright kid.
So, but what I'm concerned is that I don't want to have my client set up for failure, because at their age, with their background and with their curricular activities in school and outside of school, if things happen where they can or don't desire to go with dad, I mean, I don't want that to be held against my client.
Yeah, I've crossed this bridge before with other cases and other matters. And the way I've seen that issue resolved is this, that whatever periods of possession the father has come tied in with extracurricular activity obligations of the children. In other words, when he's visiting, if they have to be at a UIL competition to whatever, he needs to make sure that they're there. And so that way the kids continue to part and parcel of what my whole scheme behind this whole thing is, to let them flow freely between houses without missing a beat, and each household having the responsibility, total responsibility for everything, including their extracurricular activities. I don't think your client has a problem with that, Mr. Garza, does he?
In terms of sharing expenses, Judge, for extra
No, and not only that, but in terms of making sure that they attend the appropriate extracurricular activity that they're scheduled for. And sometimes if they're scheduled to go out of town on a schedule that he work with them, and will make up the visitation some other time. Unless he wants to take them himself, then that would be okay too.
He's very supportive, Judge, and he also acknowledged that we're dealing with a 16 and a 15-year-old that force him to do anything. We just want an order that says, that he has the right to have them, and with the understanding that
I will give you that order, but it'll be attached with that specific responsibility and awareness that at times when his visitation comes, if they're scheduled to be on an extracurricular trip, he needs to cooperate, and that's what they need to go on their trip, right? And if he wants verification of that, the kids can give it to him. This is a trip that we're going to, I don't know, Astroworld or San Antonio or wherever. He needs, and he falls on his schedule, then he needs to accommodate him, and we'll make up the visitation another day. But it's the obligation while they're with him that if something like that comes up, extracurricular activities, he must make sure that he gets them there. Okay?
He knows that,
All right. Well, then that'll be the order of the court, Mr. Gonzalez, with that.
That's fine, Judge.
All right. And anything else?
So, Judge, basically
he'll be unsupervised and he'll have his visitation.
Standard visitation, Judge, pursuant to the family code?
Yes.
Okay.
And Sylvia, did you understand that, Sylvia?
No, I'm not understanding what it means.
I'm gonna give him visitation. There's a family code that sets out a specific scheme for visitation for parents, and I think that we're gonna allow him to do that for right now.
Well, what does that mean though? What it continues? I don't know if they're gonna have to go whether they want to go or not. I don't understand.
Well, here it comes again. Visitation, yes. They have to go. And the obligation is that if there's extracurricular activities that touch upon at the time he's visiting, he needs to either make sure they're there or take them there himself to make sure they participate in that. Or if over an extracurricular activity falls while his visitation comes up, then I'm asking him to relent and allow that extracurricular activity to occur And then later on, we'll make up a visitation if he so desires with them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes.
okay, yeah, because I think they feel comfortable that I take him, but I'll let him know that he.
Yeah, no, if he's visiting with them and he's got a visitation with them, you let him know, okay, on Saturday, they need to be at the stadium because of this and that reason or that and that, or wherever. And so he knows that it's his obligation while they're with him to make sure they get there.
Right, because sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, the older girls, sometimes they don't want to go. Kaylee's real busy with homework because she's got dual
But
enrollment
Kaylee's
college
old enough to get
classes.
on the phone with her father and explain to him why.
Yes, I think they understand. He does communicate with them on the phone.
And
He
there you
doesn't
go.
communicate with me, but he communicates with them.
Right, so I would
So-
urge you, Ms. Coy, to tell the kids, the older kids, that they need to start talking to their father about this, to get on the phone with him and explain to him why they can't go or why,
Okay.
whatever. And so
Okay.
that way they can hammer it out with their dad.
Okay, yes.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
Judge, is this so? Are we getting to a final order at one point? Is this still temporary orders?
Temporary orders, well, let's see how this works out, and then we're gonna issue the permanent, we gotta, well, I hope that this structure that we've set in place will work out, Mr. Garza, and if it does, and the next hearing will be permanent.
Yes,
Okay.
Judge. So we have a final hearing reset? What
Yes,
date?
we'll give you a day right now. Give me a date for a final hearing. Did you give me the first date? March 24th, Ms. Curiel.
Yeah, that'll be at 8
No,
o'clock. Your Honor?
not for you guys. I'm talking to Ms. Curiel.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. March 24th.
On Pablo Luis Ruiz.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And for Noe and Chester? Yeah, that'll be fine. January 20th.
January 20th?
Judge, I'm not gonna be good the month of January, Judge. We've got some, we have to be up in MD Anderson the first couple of weeks, and I say probably month.
February 3rd.
That's fine, Judge.
Will that work?
Yes, Your
February
Honor.
3rd. All right, we'll see you then. Hopefully, Ms. Coit and Mr. Trevino, hopefully you all work out this thing as you have been so far. There's no reason to.
Yes.
There's no reason not to abandon that conciliatory atmosphere you have going. Try to work this out among yourselves. Remember, it's the children, not you guys, okay?
Exactly,
All
exactly.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Thank you.
Happy execution.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Noe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Curiel, we have 2020 DCL 6410, Cameron County versus Jose Gonzalez doing business as Plaza and Street Joe's Formal Wear.
You're muted, Ms. Curiel.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Ariana Curiel on behalf of the plaintiffs on this case. We're ready to proceed on this one.
Ever since she said she was gonna get married, it started happening. Already.
Judge, I don't know. It's a Magallanes, so I don't know.
Y para acabarle de fregar. Te peor Matehuala. All right, Ms. Curiel.
Yes, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed on this one.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are asking the court to take judicial notice of all the documents in the court's file. We are asking that judgment be granted an amount of $12,093.07. We brought this suit on behalf of Cameron County for delinquent taxes owing on this property. This is not a homestead, Your Honor. And Mr. Jose C. Gonzalez has been served, Your Honor. That was personal service. There's no payment arrangement with our office, and there hasn't been a payment since earlier this year. The last payment on this account was since March. So at this time, we are asking that judgment be granted as it's no payment arrangement and no recent payments. And this is also not a homestead, Your Honor. So we're offering exhibits A and B. Exhibit A is a certified copy of the delinquent taxes for the county, and exhibit B is an affidavit of non-military status.
All right. The court will take judicial notice of all documents on file in here. The court will admit the exhibits tendered into evidence. The court, having heard the evidence for default judgment, hereby grants the default judgment is paid for in the amount paid for. Do you have a judgment in here, Ms. Frias?
Your Honor, we should, and if you do not, we will be filing it right after this court hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that is all I had for today.
believe so
May I be
too.
excused?
You have a good day, man.
Thank you, you too.
All right.